Hey there, everyone. I'm Mrs. D, and I'm coming to you with a video about the bomb that Allschool dropped on us overnight. It's been a little more than 12 hours since we received an email. That would be just after 12 a.m. for me in Central Time. We've received an email as teachers from Allschool that told us that we had a change of the percentage that Allschool is taking from their teachers. Now we knew that this was going to happen. We knew that we were on a promotional fee for up until December of 2022. They had been very upfront with that, but what we didn't know was what it was going to change to. So, founding teachers are okay. Founding teachers are going to enjoy a 15% for life, and there's a few hundred of us that are going to enjoy that 15% for life for the Allschool cut. Now for everyone else who's joined, I don't know exactly when. I think it was after November of 2021. If you joined after that, you will now experience 25% rate when you use Zoom and a 20% cut when you use Classpod. So that's the amount that that Allschool is going to keep from you. 25% if you use Zoom, 20% if you use Classpod. Now, I actually have four problems with this. Number one is that let's talk about, and I'm not going to not use names of companies in here. I'm going to use names of companies. I've always been upfront and use the names of the companies. So Allschool is targeting Outschool to be the biggest competitor of Outschool. It's been pretty clear. Their platform has been modeled after Outschool since the beginning, and Outschool, it's really hard to do this. Try to film a video where you're saying both of these names. It's really hard. So, Outschool takes a 30% commission from their teachers. It's been that way for a long time. It was one of the biggest drawbacks for me about joining Outschool. I didn't want them to take that big of a percent. It's one of the highest ones out there that I have found so far. And there's always discussions about it in the Outschool groups. So, but here's the thing about Outschool and taking that 30%. They are a well established platform. They offer those daytime hours where some of the other companies can't offer full daytime hours or even, fully 24 hours. So that's another thing that we're competing with Allschool. Allschool didn't mean to become an ESL platform, but basically did become an ESL platform. And with that came those ESL hours. And a lot of people are like, I don't want to work those hours. I went to Outschool so that I didn't work those really early morning hours or every night hours. They wanted the day hours. And so now I feel like it's going to be a lot harder to convince people to jump from Outschool to Allschool because they're not, I mean, if they use Zoom, they're only going to save 5% to come to a not established market, right? And so far, so it's still a fluid market. So I don't know that I would make that jump at this point. The other issue is that, okay, if you want to just have a 20% fee taken from you, then you can use Classpod. And Classpod is a great startup software, but it's a starter software. It's still got a lot of drawbacks for me. For me, there's no chat. You can't chat with students. You can't give them that ability to, maybe they don't feel comfortable speaking in a classroom, but they'll text you something. Maybe, you want the whole class to be able to participate, so you tell them, write your answers in the chat box and send them to me. You can't have that with this. And they don't even have the ability to type something on the screen. They can write something on the screen, but it's really hard to write on that screen if you're not practicing that every single day. So that there's just no texting ability for the students. They can't share their screen either. So I have a very specific class of Google Slides where I teach them what to do with Google Slides, and it's like a step-by-step process. Do this with me, and then, sometimes I have to see what they're doing in order to help guide them to do the next part. And that's not an option in ClassPod. So I cannot have that class in ClassPod right now. Um, I can share as a teacher, but the students can't show me their stuff. There's no remote access. I have an escape room that is completely remote access geared for the students to be able to click around and do things. And there's no remote access. So I can't have them do that either. Um, and then for me, I've had a huge issue with the actual program crashing when I want to start a class. I haven't had the same issues as other people with sharing and audio. Like that's all worked pretty well for me. And but this like trying to get a class started sometimes is like nails on a chalkboard. It's terrible. And I'm always in like contact with support, but I've been up to 8 to 10 minutes late for a class because and it doesn't matter. Like I'm telling you, I will load it early and I will have it all ready to go and then I'll hit like to join the class and it just won't go and I'll have to restart it and it's a slow startup process. So it's just it was agonizing and then I was getting emails talking about chronic lateness and I'm like check your chat messages. I wasn't chronically late. These are issues with Classpod. Um, and for those of you who are worried about getting up at 2 a.m., if you're in the Pacific time zone and you're going to teach your ESL class, there's no beauty filter on Classpod, so you look as tired as you are. You can't beautify yourself like you can on Zoom or anything like that. So that's an issue with like trying to use Classpod to get that 10% difference rather than the 5% difference. And then let's talk about the Allschool reputation. I'm not saying that Allschool is a shady platform. I have been an advocate for the Allschool platform since they came out. I've seen nothing that would indicate that they're shady. My bank deposits have all been fine. I haven't gotten any safety warnings on my computer. I did get recruited by somebody, even though I already list on Outschool. I got recruited from on Outschool for Allschool. But I don't feel like that is a shady practice because in the United States we call it headhunting. In when we like see other countries doing it, we call it shady. So I don't know. I don't think that Allschool has any reputation issues as far as that is concerned, but I'm talking about being established over not being established. I'm talking about how well known they are and the fact that there isn't anything shady going on. There's not enough people on there to tell them that. So I've been fighting these rumors for a year, but I feel like they're not ready to compete completely like this with Outschool at this point in time. They're not ready to compete with the big dogs as far as, the reputation part of this goes, just because they've only been around for a year. Not that they've been, around for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, which some of these companies already have. So that's the big stuff about Allschool that I wanted to share with you guys. There was a fourth point that came up, but now I'm forgetting what it is. And it was on a different video. I've been having trouble taking this video, but anyways, I would really like to know what you guys think about all of this. So like, subscribe, hit your notification button, leave me a comment in the comment section to share whether you think that this is perfectly fine. Like we should be paying these percentages and up to 30, 40, 50% even, or if you feel like this is a little bit too high, you're now more on the cuff about what you're going to do. I'd just really like to know what you guys are thinking. All right. So that's it. Let's stay tuned and see what Allschool decides to continue. Like if they're just going to keep this. I don't like the fact that it's being called, that was my other point. I don't like the fact that it's being called a promotional fee. Again, it's still being called a promotional fee. I'd like them to say, this is our fee. If in 6 months they decide, because they said that every 6 months they're going to be reviewing this. And I'm like, all right, make this our fee. Make this the fee and that's it. And then in 6 months, if you review it and you decide that you want to go up, then go up. Okay. Don't sit here and give us an every 6 month rate. Don't tell us that we're going to do that every 6 months, because promotion to me means lower fee, right? It's a short term lower fee. So if we are going to say that we're going to review this in 6 months, there's only one way in my mind that it's going to go, and that's up. So are we going to go up to 25, 30, 20, what was I saying? 25, 30 split instead of a 25, 20? Are we going to go to 25, 30? Are we going to go to 30, 35? Are we just going to keep going up? What why can't we just stay at one rate? And if you decide to change it in the future, then change it in the future. But anyway, so I'm on my soapbox. I'm venting. Moses is screaming. Hopefully you can't hear it. Hopefully my crisp is working. And anyways, let me know what you think about this, okay? And we'll stay tuned and see what continues to happen. Take care, everyone.